Hello everyone, hope you all are having an amazing day today. So a few months back I had made a video for audio mixer notepad Soundcraft 8FX. So there were a few queries about it. This video is basically on the shortcomings of Soundcraft 8FX. So I decided to make this video because there are not many videos on YouTube on these shortcomings, and that's why you have to see this till the end. So I decided to make this video for all you guys so that those queries are answered, because there are so many other things to be said. So in this video I'll be talking in depth about Soundcraft 8FX audio mixer notepad, and it will be a detailed video. On the gadget itself, I'll show you exactly how to operate it, and it will be really easy for y'all. As well as for the best effects, you can see that how we'll be using some other gadgets too. So without wasting any time, let's get started guys. Come, let's go. As you can see here in the algorithm, many people have been watching me but have not subscribed to me, so please subscribe immediately. So guys, we are sitting with our Soundcraft 8FX notepad. So let me explain to you this gadget now. So right now you will be able to see a lot of wires attached to this gadget, and I'll explain to you the functionality of each and every one. Along with this gadget, we are also having an M Audio M track attached alongside. So I'll explain to you why this gadget also is kept alongside. So Soundcraft has 8 audio inputs: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So these are the 8 audio inputs. So the first one and the second one are really unique. So you can put the TRS or the XLR into either of them. So the use for this is like that. So you can attach it in this way or like this. The first channel is 2-in-1, which means you can either put the vocals in it or you can even play the guitar in it. There is a small guitar symbol over here, if you can see clearly. So you can even press this and you can start playing your guitar with this mode. And this channel becomes like a DI box converter. But remember, if you are on vocals, you have to switch this off. So this other one is a low pass filter. So if you click this, any frequency below 100 Hz will be eliminated. So this is how it works. So with this button, you can eliminate the background sounds. The same option we have on the channel 2 also. And channel 3, 4, 5, 6 are mono channels. And these two channels can be connected to some old TV. So this is an RCA which we can connect with an old TV. The USB you can see over here is an output which you can connect with your computer. You can connect this to the computer and you can use it with some audio mixing softwares like FL Studio or Audacity. These two are master outputs, left and right. These two below are the aux and the headphone output. So these are the knobs, and I'll tell you about the function of these knobs. So you can see the red ones below. These are the gain knobs, and these are for the volume controls, and these are actually selected with some of the channels. So for a few channels it is common. So you can just take a look over here and you can identify them. So above these 1 and 2 channel knobs, you will have a peak indicator. It will glow if there is a clipping in the sound signal, which means if your sound goes above 0 decibels, it will start clipping. So these yellow channels which you are seeing over here are for panning for the left or right speaker, whichever you feel like. So these blue ones are multifunctional. They either support aux or FX. So this is more sought after because of the FX, because it supports the lexicon effects, and they support a lot of effects which are given over here in this part. So you can see reverb, chorus and delay over here. So these are the things which is why Soundcraft Notepad 8FX is so popular. With this blue knob, you can control those parameters. It has a tap tempo effect which is actually not used that much. So over here you have this high frequency, medium frequency and low frequency. So these are the adjusters for that. For channels 1 and 2 only. So these red ones work along with these. So this is the gain and these are the levels. So if you're a musician, you might be already knowing that you should not be crossing 0 decibels. So the peak indicators over here will definitely help you in that. Also over here we have the master volume phaser, which will help you boost the sound till 0 decibels. And the lights should also not cross 0 decibels if you need good sound. And this, friends, will be the output for your headphones. So these two are connected. If you're a singer, you will be definitely using this reverb button and adjust the frequency this way, as well as you can fine tune your frequency over here like this. So let's assume there are multiple singers, so for each singer you can adjust the reverb in this way. So whatever gain or panning or effects or frequency and level that you use, it will have its effects on the master output and the headphone output. The only difference is that the master output is controlled over here and the headphone output is controlled from here. Now coming to the shortcomings of this gadget, we'll speak further about the shortcomings. So there was a query from one of my subscribers that when he was doing a live session on Zoom, the mobile was unable to catch the sound from Soundcraft. This normally happens during a live session when you are going live along with a mic as well as the mobile connected to Soundcraft. So let's see now how to get your Soundcraft output in your mobile. So one of the reasons for this must be he must have used a cable like this and he must have connected this part of the jack into the phone like this and the other part to the aux like this. So the aux over here cancels the reverb effect depending on the setting which is made over here, while at the same time you will continue getting the effects which are coming from here, from the master and the headphone. So while you're doing a live show, never put it on the aux, you have to put it on the headphone outlet. Also the cable that you use also matters, so you cannot use any cable like this. So look at this, I have actually bought a special cable for this and you can see the difference between both the cables. So this cable has 3 sleeves over here, whereas this just has 2 sleeves. So this is purely used to transfer the sound from Soundcraft Notepad 8FX to the mobile, and this was bought on a slightly higher budget, that is rupees 600 from Amazon. So you all can invest in this to get more better effects. One of the subscribers was asking me that when he does karaoke, the reverb effect gets applied on his vocals and the backing track when he is recording onto a computer. That happens because when you record using Soundcraft directly connecting to the computer, it will give you a recording on a single track like this. Even if you have 10 instruments, still you will get only a single track. So the solution for that is, you should ideally have each of your channel recorded in a different track in your audio mixer. But that is not possible in Soundcraft, and that is exactly the shortcoming. So for that, you have to use another sound interface which gives you the output. In your audio mixing software, you will get the recording in 2 different tracks. This way. If you need 10 different tracks, then you will have to invest on a bigger gadget, bigger than this, so that you will have multiple inputs like this. In this case, you only have 2. So if you're doing a karaoke, the output from here has to go here. So that's why we are connecting these 2 gadgets together, and the karaoke on this. So any effect you give over here will only be on channel 2. I hope you learned a little bit from this video, and I hope you will overcome most of the shortcomings now. So have a nice day, guys.
Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up quickly. Subscribe to my channel and stay connected. Share with your family and friends. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Until next time, keep it simple. Simply City.